Shall we start? I don't know what day is it. I couldn't really name the video also. Let me just. Where is it now? So there was a confusion between Anita and I. So I had sent her the page number, but she sort of physical book and PDF have different ones. So I think she went by that. So what we will do is we will go with where I had stopped, and eventually we'll get to where Anita did. So that way, assume that she did the next chapter before this. After that, we will follow after that. Okay. So we did this chapter, right? We did this chapter until here. Okay. Just give me a minute.
Smita, today is day 8.
Day 8. Okay, I'll rename the video. So, so what did we learn is basically there are emotions, and each of these things have frequencies. These are called feeling frequencies, correct? So there are different frequencies. So you can have any thought, but what is the feeling behind it is what is very important. So if you have a thought that already has a bad feeling and emotion behind it because you have a habit of it, then you will continue to keep doing the same thing. But if you have to change it for the same kind of thought, the same situation, for the same kind of message, you can give a different emotion. So that feeling frequency, which is what is the feeling? Am I feeling good or am I not feeling good? Those are the only feelings that we have, right? So you need to think like that. If I have to look at some topic and there is a thought, and if I have to feel good about that, what should be my emotion? If I have to feel not so good about that, what will be my emotion? That is all is the takeaway from that chapter, okay, from the previous day. So these are all different feeling frequencies, and whatever feeling frequency you are on, what you will receive is what you will receive. So it is the feeling frequency. See, you are we are all a vibrational being, which means we are always vibrating. Imagine the butterfly flapping its wings. So like that, we are also flapping, jumping all the time. Our atoms are jumping all the time, which means our electrons are jumping all the time. You can't see me vibrating, isn't it? But I'm actually vibrating. I'm sort of going like this. Smita is actually going like this. Why are you not seeing? Because you are also going like this. Right? If I am stationary and if the train passes like this, then I can basically see it as going zoop. Or if it's going slow, then you can actually see it going slow like this. But what if I'm also at the same speed and the train is also at the same speed? Then we are constantly moving like this. We will actually not feel the difference. So which is what? You are also vibrating at a same frequency range. I am also vibrating at a same frequency range. So in this range, we'll all look and feel the same. In fact, all the objects around us also are vibrating at a similar frequency range, okay? It is a range. So think like that. We are all vibrating. There are so many people so many beings around us who are actually vibrating at a different frequency that our eyes or ears cannot perceive. So our eyes has a certain frequency range. It can see only and it can hear only that range, right? So if somebody is out of that range, then we cannot see them. So like, for example, let's say somebody is here vibrating a different frequency. I have no clue that they are actually here. I can't touch them. I can't see them. It's like air next to me, but actually there is no air. There is something here. So that is the thing. We are all in a jam-packed universe. People are going around, being around in different frequencies. It's just that at an energetic level. So like that you should think. So we are a vibrational being. So how do you communicate with God? How do you communicate with the source? What do I want? I want this, I want that. How do you, so which means you are the source, right? You are the God or whatever. How do you how do you ask what you want? With your emotion only you're asking. So that emotion, if it is good, if it is whatever frequency, good frequency, high frequency, then that is what you will receive. If you are at a lower frequency, that is what you will receive. Okay. So you may want to travel, but if you feel disappointment that you don't have the money to travel, then on the subject of travel, you are feeling disappointment. So you may want to travel. You may be all excited to travel, but at the same time, you are also showing disappointment about money. Then net, it is disappointment only. Because in the present, you are disappointed.
Smita, we completed till page number 68, I think.
No. I just told, right? Anita jumped and went to the next chapter.
Fine, thank you.
Because
sorry.
of the we had a communication gap. I was seeing PDF. She was seeing physical copy. The page numbers did not actually match.
I think, but it was up to that thought. The secret of the mastermind is found wholly.
We have not done that yet. She has gone off to the next chapter instead of continuing this chapter.
Okay, fine.
Right? When I did it today, I had done till here. She had to continue from here, but because in her book, she did not see this page. I had sent her this page. She did not see this page. She only saw the page number that I mentioned.
Okay.
So see, in this it is 60, right? So she started from 61 in the physical copy, which is something else.
Okay, fine. Sorry for interruption.
Yeah, so in essence, we've missed. So you may want to travel, but like I said, disappointment is the predominant. So feeling disappointment means you are on the disappointment frequency and you will continue to receive disappointing circumstances in which you cannot travel until you change the way you feel. The force of love will move every circumstance for you to travel, but you have to be on the same frequency. So I think in yesterday's thing also, she was talking about receiving, being on receiving mode, right? So that is very important. You can ask for anything that you want, desire, but you need to also be in the same frequency of receiving that desire. Typically when we desire something, we want something that we will feel good about. So are you continuing to feel good until you receive it in every single possible area of your life? No, if you are not consistently feeling good until you receive that, however long it takes, then you dropped it. You may not get it. So that is why typically when they do manifestations and all, they know typically as human beings, we may not have the practice to be 24 hours in the good feeling, even though we want that object and all that. We may not be in the 24 hours. So they say at least practice so many hours, they say. At least, let's say if you had practiced it for 24 hours, maybe immediately you would have got. But because we don't practice for 24 hours, maybe you're practicing only 1 hour per day. Like in that total 1 hour, you're very happy. You're in that receiving mode. Then what will happen? Maybe it will take 24 days for you to get it. So I'm just giving a number. Okay, I'm not telling you that it will happen in 24 days. I'm just saying so many things come together to decide how big this gap has to be between you asking versus receiving. So this gap is decided based on you. It depends on how the way you think, the way you feel, the way you are living your life, the way your practices are, so many things, the way you perceive life, many things. So that is a very, what do you say like that? The force of love. So when you change the way you feel about a situation, you are giving different feeling. You are on a different feeling frequency, and the situation must change to mirror your new frequency. So if negative has happened in your life, you can change it. It's never too late, because you can always change the way you feel to receive what you would love to change, to receive what you would love, to change anything into what you would love, no matter what the subject. All it takes is changing the way you feel. See, the thing is, for example, many of you would like good health, right? And let's say you have already desired that I want good health. But every single day, when you think about and feel bad about not having good health, you have literally gone to the opposite end of what you want. So what typically law of attraction many people say is, see, in this physical third dimensional space, there is definitely a huge gap between, it is not immediate manifestation. As you go to higher dimensions only, you get immediate manifestation, because you are connected more to your source energy. Okay, the stronger your connect with the source energy, the faster is your manifestation, which is why many of these gratitudes and all that is majorly to focus your energy with the source and make it stronger, because that is when your life is actually going to be much more creative. So what we are trying to do is that now, since it is not stronger, there is always this gap. So that is why whatever you ask is not going to immediately manifest. It's going to take one rubber band time. Okay, there's one stretch of time. Now here you say, I want good health. You're affirming good health. But in this moment, if you lose patience, it is, and think, oh my God, it's not with me yet. I still don't have. This is also going like this only. Because you wanted, I don't have. You still don't have. Understood? So you need to be on a belief system which says, I have asked, I'm God. I've already done it. It'll come. Based on my, whatever, you can say my energy system, whatever it is, that whatever I am, how much of my connection to the source, we don't know. Some people may be connected 10% to the source. Some of you may be connected 5% to the source. Some of you may be connected only 3% to the source. Some of you may be connected 25% to the source. So the person who's connected 25% to the source will immediately say, you know what, I thought about this and it immediately worked for me, and you'll come and share on this thing. And then you'll say, Chassis, for her, everything works, for me, it doesn't work. Okay, this is what we are. Okay, now you've added one more layer of jealousy there. Okay, so this is what we are. If you want things to happen, you need to be in a vibrational match to what you want, which is joy, happiness, and feel that, and continue to be in the same state all through your day, as though that is already there in your life. So if you wanted perfect health, how would you be when you have perfect health? Okay, you may still have loose motions, you may still have all of those things, but that shouldn't stop you from being joyful, because this loose motion should not again change of your emotion. It has not still come to you fully. That is, it has not manifested in the physical body, but it is actually coming, because you are not connected 25%, you are connected only 5%. Somebody got it in 3 days, maybe you will get it in 20 days. So for 20 days, you need to work on it. You need to be in that vibrational match only. You should be in the constant state of happiness only. Because we are not patient, we don't understand the law of attraction, we will continue to go up and down. Okay, it has come into that human nature because of lack of awareness. And now that new knowledge has come, we need to also practice it in small situations at least. Health breakdowns are slightly bigger. You need to practice many of these things in smaller situations, like finding a lost object, or maybe something small like that. So only such, or maybe in some water bottle, I don't know, very simple things which really does not matter whether it happens or no. Like in those things you have to basically do, or think like, I will desire to see a red car. God knows when you want to see a red car. Does it really matter whether you see a red car or doesn't see a red car? But then just be happy that you want to test this, and let's say when you see a red car, you're going to be very happy. Let's say red is your favorite color and you want to see a red car. And let's say when that actual situation happens, you will be very happy that your manifestation exercise actually became true. And your process, you are trying this process, right? So you succeeded in waiting until the time you saw a red car. So then you will be able to understand that, oh, it takes 20 days for me, one rough estimate. Of course, you are daily working on gratitude and all that. So maybe 20 days can become 19 days also. You should not become rigid on 20 days. Again, that will become a belief system. Okay, so you basically work on small things that really don't matter. Now, health and all, it really matters to you, no? So there you need to, you can do, but don't expect any results so soon, because these are all things that will probably need bigger investment of your energy. Sometimes to make physical new cells occur, new cells, to create new cells and all, it will need a lot of creative energy. And maybe for that, it will probably take slightly longer time in this physical reality also, especially based on your current engagement with source, the current anchoring with source, current connection with source. Because you don't know, you will probably become like that. So I suggest that you can try, but don't put your hopes too high, because you have not practiced this art enough. So practice this on something that is too mundane, and get confidence on your practice. Get confidence on trusting the source, on trusting the law of attraction, its process of working and all of that. Now, because you don't know how it works, you are like typically jumping around here and there. So it is you who has to understand. The law is flawless. You may have flaws in your understanding. Okay. So if you've asked for good health and if you have not got good health yet, it doesn't mean that good health is not coming to you. It is probably sometimes it is coming at speed number 5. And then because you stopped becoming a vibrational match to it because of your low feeling today, it stopped. And it decided, oh, maybe she doesn't want it. And then again you started thinking about it. Again, it started coming towards you. And then again, it stopped. So like that, days are rolling by and you are probably also stopping it. So it needs some amount of discipline. So you need to bring that discipline. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, which is Nikola Tesla. So we are basically energy, frequency. We are vibrational beings. And that vibration is vibrating at a certain frequency. The energy, we are basically bunch of energies. And this energy, it is energy because those atoms are vibrating. Atoms means that electrons are vibrating. That electrons are vibrating at a certain frequency, which is what created the energy. Okay, like how electricity gets formed, like that. Take your feelings off automatic pilot. Many people don't know about the power of good feelings, and so their feelings and reactions or responses to what happens to them. And so, many people don't know about the power of good feelings, and so their feelings are reactions or responses to what happens to them. So some people are responding, some people are reacting because they are not in control of anything. They have put their feelings on automatic pilot instead of deliberately taking charge of them. So this is what is called awareness. If we are generally going by our habits and saying, Oh, you know what? I always do this. You know what? Whenever the season happens, I always feel like drinking this, and I always have this is what happens in my life. So, which means you've already given off the control on this autopilot, instead of deliberately taking charge. So when you say, "Oh yeah, I was doing this, but now I'm not like that. I'm changed. Now it doesn't happen to me." It's like you've already decided it doesn't happen. So you're basically working on that. It takes some time, even when you've decided on not doing some things and all that, right? That is also like manifestation only. Until you get to a perfect balance, you should still be slightly up and down on that particular thing. You'll still keep getting cravings, you'll still keep going up and down. That feeling of am I right, am I wrong, all that will be there. But it will come to a point where it has physically manifested. See, everything in your life has actually physically manifested. Today, if you desire something, you're waiting for it. Oh, it has not happened, had not happened. But did you actually wait for many things that are actually happening in your life right now? You only created it. You don't even know whether you waited or no, because you unconsciously created it. Now, let's say all these diseases that you have in your life, you only created it. It's not like you desired for it and you waited and you said, no, it's not, oh, it's not coming, it's coming. All that did not happen at all, because you desired it and you left it. You desired it and you left it, or you continue to keep desiring it so many times in loop mode that it actually got manifested over a period of time. Like today, somebody was telling me that the mother had arthritis, then the grandmother had arthritis. So they had already decided that I will have arthritis. So by the time now 30, 40, she already has symptoms of arthritis. So that is what it is. So because there are so many belief systems that we have created in our collective consciousness, many people believe that. Many people have same belief systems about junk food. Maggie is a junk food. Okay, that's a collective belief system. How do you know Maggie is a junk food, not junk food? So I'm not contesting about that. I'm just giving you an example. Many people believe like that because one would have told another person would have told another person. Let's say they don't even know about Maggie. Every day they are eating Maggie, nothing would have happened. Suddenly, somebody came and told Maggie is junk food. Now that belief system has been questioned, and it has become shaky until they have better feelings about why Maggie is good. If their belief system is not strong, then any belief system can come and shake it. And from then onwards, something will happen after they eat Maggie. But can we control it? Are we in a position to control many of these things? May not be, because we don't even understand how the law works yet. Okay, these are very high level things. Like, for example, there is one story in which a saint will have a situation where he will have to eat without doing his morning prayers and all that. Typically, they don't. They do their morning rituals, taking bath, then doing some puja, meditation, whatever, and then they will go eat. Apparently, situation came where he had to eat. Means he had to do something, so he had to eat. So what he did, he ate it, okay, and then he goes to a riverside, and then he takes a leaf from somewhere, and then he basically brings out everything from inside. It has not got digested. It is exactly in the same state that he ate, which means the way they had served him, it is exactly in the same state when he got it out. So what I'm trying to tell here is there are some people who are in so much of control over their own self that even digestion doesn't happen without their mind telling the body that digestion should happen. Basically, even if digestion is happening at autopilot mode, they exactly know they are in control of everything, even in autopilot mode, which means they are only allowing that autopilot to happen. You understand what I'm saying? But are we in that state? We may not be in that state. So there are some belief systems that we may not be able to question as of now. If Maggie is junk food, yeah, okay, fine, Maggie is junk food. I'll get to that sometime later, because there are so many other things to handle as of now, right? So many things that we are still learning to understand the law, understand how the law works and many of these things. Munmun, we'll take your question sometime later. You keep your question.
Automatic pilot, can you please tell again?
Autopilot means, for example, if you've seen an aeroplane, if you see an aeroplane, what happens? It's not like for a car, for example, car. We are always driving the car, right? We are always driving the car. I'm always in control of the car. But in planes, that doesn't happen. In plane, what happens? Because they have very, very long hours, like 24 hours, 36 hours, or maybe 10 hours, 15 hours of driving. There is a lot. After they go to a certain height, they put it in autopilot. It means they would have done some settings in the plane, whatever, and the plane will constantly keep going in the same direction. All of those, some of these things will constantly keep happening. And the pilot may have gone up to the restroom also. Nobody is in the, one pilot, usually two pilots will be there, right? So one pilot will be there. He'll be watching, but they are not controlling the steering. They are not trying to do this, do that. They are basically sitting like this. They are not doing anything. Because flight is going on its own, based on some settings. Like that only, in your life also, you are doing many things based on some programming that you have in your subconscious mind. That is called autopilot. That's what they're saying, that many people don't know about the power of good feelings or whatever their feelings, how powerful their feelings are, and how much of energy and all of those things. They just react. So if they don't like somebody's dress, they will say, "Ye kya hai, bekar ki dress hai," all that they will say. Was that even necessary? They just dropped their feelings to feeling bad.
So, Smita,
without even understanding that feeling bad will actually affect me only.
So it means commenting at spontaneously is autopilot without thinking anything.
Absolutely. So not taking a moment to think what you are doing is autopilot. Because you're going based on habits that have already been programmed inside you, which you have practiced many times. It's not like that happened automatically. That also you've practiced many times. May not be consciously, unconsciously also you've practiced it many times. I mean, you are a sum total of many lives worth of practice. Okay, so that cannot even be questioned, but we can definitely start changing it right now. Because now only knowledge is coming. So now you can start changing. So when something good happens, they feel good. When something bad happens, they feel bad. They don't realize that their feelings are the cause of what is happening to them. As they react with negative feelings to something that has happened, they give out more negative feelings and they receive back more negative circumstances. So many times we look at people who are suffering in their lives, like people who are sick in their lives, and then we feel bad about it, isn't it? So we feel, "Yo, why are they suffering like this? Pavam," all of those. We feel bad. We don't look at people who are suffering and feel good. But you've already seen that person and you know that you're feeling bad. Now, how do you convert that to feeling good? By only thinking that, "Oh my God, they have a heart problem." Let's say you have a person with a heart attack or something, and then there is a lot of sadness happening. No, but you're seeing that. You have choice. Do I have to give good feelings or bad feelings? If I give bad feelings to that, then I will get more bad feelings in my own life, because that is like you asking the universe, "I want more of that kind of situation." But do you like it? No, you don't like it. So you need to now get out of autopilot mode. In the past, you would say, "Yo, Papa, look at their life, 2 children, the husband got heart attack," all that you will say. But now you have to make a choice. Now you will say, "Thank God, I have a great life. I have a great family. My heart is doing great. I'm so thankful to you, dear heart. Spend 5 minutes on your heart." So then you will move on. You will move on, because that is what you are choosing to tell the universe, that, "Okay, I don't want more of that. I want more of what I'm doing right now." Understood? So you should not be trapped by your own cycle of feelings. Their life goes around and around in circles, not getting anywhere, like a hamster on a wheel, because they don't realize that to change their life, they must change their feeling frequency. So see, God is basically saying tatastu, tatastu, tatastu every time. But what are you getting? What are you asking? That you need to remember. There is no problem with the source. It is only problem with our understanding of how the universe works. And you need to be mindful about, once you understand how it works, then comes practice. It is not about what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Because what exactly is happening is like, it's actually like a Maya. Okay. So it is, you are just, there are just simulations that are happening in front of you just so that you can learn how to live on earth or how to have human experiences. That so dynamically they are all getting created. But you should not think that they're all very real and keep going emotional about it. Be more stable in many of your emotional reactions. It doesn't really matter whether you pity somebody or you don't pity somebody. Those are all old school thoughts. Okay, going by, yo, those people are suffering, even I have to cry with them. All those are old school. Okay, you don't have to cry there. You can just go and say, okay, all the best, be blessed, and come back. You don't have to give those kinds of reactions that the society expects. Because you think society is important, you are giving society importance. If you don't think society is important, my feelings are more important because I create the society. If I created a society with a lot of expectations, I can definitely create a society which doesn't really care what I do. Right? It is my destiny. It is my own creation. So if you don't have enough money, naturally, you don't feel good about money. But if money in your life will never change while you don't feel good about it. So again, if what is the vibrational match, that what is the vibrational frequency you're giving towards money? Is it abundance or is it a lack? So if it is a lack, then again, lack only will keep reflecting in your life. If you give out negative feelings about money, you are on a negative frequency about money, and you will receive back negative circumstances such as big bills or things breaking down, which are all circumstances that drain you of money. When you react with negative feelings to a big bill, you give out more negative feelings about money, which bring even more negative circumstances to you that drain you of more money. For example, we have this major habit of saying, oh my God, it's so expensive. Right? Don't we comment like that? Oh, it's so expensive. I mean, even in our house also, I have also done it many times. Like when, let's say, kids ask for something, I say, hey, no, that is too expensive. It has become so habitual, right? We don't even know what is the, what should we do about it? There are so many habits where we have no clue of how to respond in future. But many of those things will continue to be in our life until we are able to practice on smaller things, get better at it, and then over time handle bigger things where we have no clue. Because we have practiced on smaller things, universe will be able to give us ideas about big things, because again, we attracted such a practice. Okay, so you can't do all this 100% at one shot. Overnight, none of these things will go away. It's a gradual practice. Every single second is an opportunity to change your life, because in any moment you can change the way you feel it. It doesn't matter what you have felt before. It doesn't matter what mistakes you think you may have made before. When you change the way you feel, you are on a different frequency, and the law of attraction responds instantaneously. When you change the way you feel, the past has gone. When you change the way you feel, your life changes. So, like I said, past, present, and future are all happening at the same time. It is just that you see it as a rubber band effect because of the dimension that we are in, the third dimensional space, which is the manifestation takes longer because we are not connected to the source. That is why even time is like rubber band. So the more we get connected to source, time will also shrink like a rubber band, which is now coming back to its original state. Okay, so time is a construct of the mind. And how better or how evolved is your mind in terms of thinking, that is your connection to the source. So it's all connection everywhere. Do not waste one moment in regret. For to think feelings of mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself with the same. So Neville Goddard says that. So which means if you think that you are in regret, it means that I did something bad, or I did something bad, which means you're in vibrational frequency of again doing what you did in the past, which means you're again and again recreating the same situation, although in sentence you're saying regret, but your emotions are actually matching to what you did in the past. Emotions are matching, but English is not matching. In English, you're saying, I don't want it. But in emotion, it is actually matching. So you will exactly get the same situation in life or similar. No excuses for the force of love. If your life is not filled with everything you love, it doesn't mean you are not a good and loving person. The life purpose for each one of us is to overcome negativity by choosing love. The problem is that most people love and then stop loving hundreds of times a day, in a day. See how often we are going around and telling everybody, I like you, I love you. Forget love. Love is like too far. How much you are able to appreciate every single person for every single thing that they did. These days, it has become so rare that let's say you go and start appreciating, people will again tell, hey, what happened to you? Are you okay? They will tell like that. Our own house members will tell. Are you okay? Because suddenly you brought about one new habit. Are you okay? What is it that you are going around formally appreciating me for all these things? You don't have to appreciate me for all these things. This is my work. You will hear all this. Okay, this is your own mind trying to dupe you about many things like this. So it's okay, just keep doing. So we are not. So what the universe says is, if you are appreciating yourself and you are appreciating other people around you more and more, you are in a vibrational match with the source energy. Okay. So here she's spoken about love and then stop loving hundreds of times. So because it's very difficult to understand love, apart from saying, okay, love is you love to do something. So when she says stop loving 100 times in a day, means it also means that are you doing everything that you love in a day? Doesn't mean it's talking about people. Okay, it's not talking about people. It's talking about your love to things, love to do things, love to towards objects, love. Basically, love, emotion, feeling of emotion. Is it love? Many times we work on things that we don't like and we keep cribbing, oh, I don't like, I want to only sit and meditate. I don't want to go to IT office and work. Okay, I've heard this so many times. People just don't want to go to any form of work. They think it's too materialistic. And everything that is chanting, like going to temple, going to some vipassana, going to many of these things, attending satsang, reading spiritual books. They think all that is better than going to office. But what they fail to understand is you can be in a meditative state in every single thing, and you can create love in even things that you don't like. You are the one who's not liking it. That work can be liked by, if it's liked by somebody else, why can't you love it? It is because of your problem. It is because of your perspective. You would want to give more attention to things that you don't love. Instead of that, what did we learn in Magic Book? What did we learn in Power Book? Even if you don't like some things, it is because of your perspective. Go and then put your perspective on things that you like in the same job. Then the same job will become a magic job. It will become a job that you will really love, because now you put your attention on what you love. Why do you love going to work? In the past, you were always giving attention to why I don't like to work. Now you will give more attention to why I like to work in that company. Then the same work is now becoming the power of bringing you lot of law of attraction will give you more and more and more things what you like. So that is what it is. Even if you don't like something, it is not because the problem is in that office. It is because the problem is inside you only every time. So you need to change yourself is what the book is teaching. Okay. So focus on things that you are doing in a day and you are liking everything that you're doing in a day. If you don't like something, spend more time to understand why you should like to do and why you should love it and then do. Okay, they don't give love long enough for the force of love to move all the good things into their life. Think about it. One moment you give love through a warm hug with a loved one, and then you stop giving love within minutes when you get annoyed because you can't find your keys or you're delayed in traffic or you can't find a parking space. Okay, just now, let's say you hugged your daughter or somebody. Immediately, you did not get your keys. Suddenly, let's say at that time, she comes and says, can you hug me? How many people can get into the same previous state and go and give the same loving hug? Maybe in the background, there is always that, oh, I'm getting late, or she's continuing. Let's say she doesn't even leave you. Okay, she's constantly still hugging you, that she's not releasing you at all. Then you will basically get irritated and say, stop. I need to get going. Yeah, I'm getting late. I'll come and hug you in the evening. Okay, bye. So this is what we all do. Okay, at least we need to now be mindful about many of these things, because we are always in that running mode all the time. We are running to the future, hoping that something else will give us happiness. But there is no future. It has not even happened. That is the worst thing that we keep doing. Okay. Yeah. You give love when you laugh with a work colleague, and then you stop when you get disappointed because the local lunch place has run out of something that you want. You give love as you look forward to the weekend, and then you stop when you look at your bills. So it continues all through the day. You give love and then you stop giving love. You give love, you stop giving love. You give love, you stop giving love, from one moment to the next moment. Which means you are the one who's oscillate. You are the one who's dilly-dallying from one place to the other place. Love, no love, love, no love. Because our expectations are constantly changing. Our emotions are constantly changing. So how will your life be? So constantly you're attracting different frequencies in your life. So which is what the book is trying to tell, that be constant. Try to have a higher vibrational liking to do anything. If you don't like something, find out reasons why you should like it and do it. You are either giving love and harnessing the force of love, or you are not giving love. You can't harness the force of love with an excuse about why you didn't love. Excuses and justifying why you didn't love just adds more negativity to your life. Like I've seen many working women, they always carry a lot of guilt. Oh, I'm not spending time with my children. I'm not spending time with my children. And now if the children come back and then they ask for the attention at any point in time, they will say, sorry, see, I was in a meeting. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. And again, there is one more feeling of guilt. You see, my daughter asked me something I couldn't even do because of this meeting. So there's so much of a cycle of negativity going there. When you give an excuse as to why you didn't love, you are feeling the same negativity again, and you're giving out more of it. It's like, let's say you desired for a car because your old car was broken, and you're desiring for a new car because one car is broke. It's not good now. And then, yeah, I wish I had a new car, whatever. You're thinking of a new car. But now it depends on when the car comes versus when the car doesn't come, right? So if you're constantly talking about, this dent car, that is why I want a new car. See this car, it doesn't even go fast. That is why I want a new car. See this car, there are so many dents in this car, which is why I want a new car. So your wanting a new car is actually based from a state of lack. So you will never get a new car. Or even when you get a new car, it will also have a lot of problems. And again, you'll still be in the same state. I did not even read the reviews of this car. See, look, now there is a problem with mileage. Now I can't do anything about it. I'm stuck with this car for my whole life. So all of these things are like a vicious cycle. Holding on to an anger is like grasping a hot coal with an intent of throwing it at somebody, but you are the one who's going to get burned. Gautam Buddha says that. If you get annoyed because there was a mix-up in an appointment and you blame the other person for the mix-up, you are actually using blame as your excuse not to give love. So, for example, let's say if I go and tell the gardener, hey, see, you put this insecticide, that's why my plants died. But actually, possibly, but maybe it is because of my vibrational match that the plants died. I may not be able to explain all that to myself yet. Oh, maybe because that time I was maybe very angry on those days or whatever. God knows what we were doing, right? We are not even in awareness. But whenever it died, I may probably have attracted it in my life. In some reality, definitely those plants are growing very well, but I am not in that reality as of now because I attracted a different reality. So it's an excuse. It's an excuse if I go say insecticide only did all this. But the law of attraction only believes what you are giving. And if you're giving blame, you must receive circumstances of blame back in your life. It won't necessarily come back to you from the same person you were blaming, but most assuredly you will receive a circumstance of blame. There is no excuses for the force of love. You get what you give, period. Period means full stop. You will get what you give. There is no second thoughts about it. Whether we understand it or no, law of attraction is working in the same way for every single person. So we need to slowly get to understanding that law and making it a practice in our life to align with the law. Every little thing is included. Blame, criticism, finding fault, complaining are all forms of negativity. All of them bring so much of strife. With every little complaint and every moment you criticize anything, you are giving negativity. Complaints about the weather, traffic, government, your partner, your children, parents, long lines, the economy, food and your job or your work, customers, businesses, prices, noises, or even service seems like a small and harmless thing. But they bring back with them a whole host of negativity. Because you, at that point, you emotionally felt bad. You emotionally felt dislike about it. So whatever is that emotion, universe has to line up similar experiences to match that emotion so that similar emotions can keep coming back to you until you go to a next moment where you are giving different emotion. Understood? As long as you are in that same emotional frequency, you will get everything in your life with the same emotional frequency. Okay? You may have people who have, like, for example, if you feel that somebody is, let's say relatives are not happy in my life, they all have diseases so you are feeling sorry for it. It's so easy to feel sorry, but it's like a society norms to cry with somebody, to feel bad for somebody. But we have never been even taught to think about ourselves. Even while growing up, we have been taught always think about others, always satisfy others, always make sure that they are happy. It's okay, if you are not happy, we need to be very selfless. Don't be selfish. Always try to do something for others. In that, whether you are whether your emotions are in order or no, they didn't teach. Serving others and all is perfectly okay. Bhagavad Gita also says that, okay? But then there it also talks about swadharma, which means what is your dharma towards yourself? Which means what kind of emotions are you displaying? In that they say, think that everything is God. Think that God is in everything. Hoping that when that God is in everything and you look at that situation, because you have love for God, because you have respect for God, you'll have respect for that also. That is the idea. But of course, not everybody resonates with that, right? So now what we are trying to tell you is, it's a time to wake up from our hundreds and hundreds of years of programming to be in a certain way. Now we need to be in a different way. That different way which serves ourselves, which brings joy to ourselves and happiness to ourselves. And in that happy ourselves, when we are joyfully ourselves, then we are in a state to attract good things around us. Our relationships will be in a better state. Health of us and health of people around us will be in a better state. Money situation will be in a better state. Okay? Health, relationships will be in a better state. If you are attracting one negativity in your life, it means that, and you are continuously getting fed by that negativity through your emotions, it means that multiple will get lined up slowly so that you can continue to receive more and more. So always Don't try to fix your environment. Don't try to go and then make all those things go away to get happiness back in your life. That can never happen. In the process of fixing something, you will always attract more and more of things that are needing to be fixed. Okay, so it is very important for you to understand that you need to always bring the focus back to yourself and say, I cannot fix them. That is supposed to be the way it is. You have just got down from step 3, which where everything was okay, nobody was sick and all of those things. Just giving an example. You just jumped to step 1 where you are seeing all these problems. Same people, different problems. But can you fix the people in step 1? You can't fix them because that is a lower frequency of energy. You need to climb up to see people in a healthy state. Okay, so it's important that you focus on yourself. Throw out your vocabulary of words like terrible, horrible, disgusting, awful, because when they say those words, they come with strong feelings. Okay, these days I'm hearing those words a lot. Randomly, my daughter comes and says, "Oh, this is gross. Everything is gross." So I'm working on processing that gross. Working on processing it to good feeling in my life. So I've been constantly telling that it's okay. Gross may have something in English, but it's also a good vocabulary that God has created. That's okay. It doesn't matter whether it means good or bad or whatever. It is a good word. It's a word. It's an English word. Something, I just keep telling something to myself and make myself feel good about even when I hear the word gross. Because we are so programmed to hear when somebody says gross. When somebody says gross, then you will sort of think, why are you calling food gross? That is these are tests that was going to come us to constantly clean us. If I did not even hear that word and if I don't work on that aspect at all, then how will I get cleaned? How will I even know that I have that problem within me, right? How will I know that I have that judgment within me? That belief system that if somebody says that is gross, then that is to food, you don't say gross. That is a belief system. How do I make that belief system rather not really affect my life? Only when it comes only, I will know. So let it come. I will not try to correct them and say, oh, you should not say gross. Will that change? They'll not change. She has not changed. Yeah, I've definitely tried to tell, please don't say this to food and all that. She has not changed. So which means I only have to change. No, I'm working on it. So like that, there are so many things that we have to work on it. Right? Yeah, we are here only to work. So when you say they must return to you, which means you are putting those labels on your life. Don't you think it would be a good idea to use more words like fantastic, amazing, fabulous, brilliant, wonderful? Yeah, this is a good thing, right? They say this food is gross. Definitely I can say, wow, it's amazing, right? This food is amazing. I can override that feeling inside me. Instead of getting carried away, oh, she said gross. And then instead of that, I can definitely, this food is amazing to me. I feel this food is amazing. This food is fantastic. I loved it. Right? Now there is one overriding emotion that actually took over that disappointing thought. You can have whatever you love and want, but you have to harmonize with love. And that means there are no excuses for not giving love. Excuses and justifications prevent you from receiving everything you want. They prevent you from having an amazing life. You can make your life amazing. Nobody else will make your life amazing. If you want great things in your life, you need to be consistently, like they said, right, in few sentences back. Whole day, are you doing things that you love? Are you in a state of love? Whatever situations come, are you converting that to a state of love? Right? That is what is very important. You can be working with prisoners, but still there also you need to bring state of love only. Like I said, thought doesn't matter. Experiences don't matter. Situations don't matter, but your emotion in that point matters. So what emotion you want, you bring. All that we send into the lives of others comes back into our own lives. Edwin Markham. You don't make a connection when you complain to a store person and then a few hours later you receive a call from your neighbor complaining that your dog is barking. Right? It is very important. So complaint, she gave a complaint to something else and a complaint came back. I think I gave that example in the magic class. Like somebody was saying that they went to a 5-star hotel and they genuinely felt some problem there and they complained. She felt it was a very genuine thing. And, but it had to come back with an equal experience. So somebody came and gave a complaint about their business. Who's keeping track of all this? Universe is keeping track of all this. You won't even, and see, there is so much of a delay, okay? There is so much of a delay between you complaining and something else coming as a complaint to you. There's so much of a delay between that. So whatever is coming to you has come to you after a lot of delay. Sometimes the delay can be one life, multiple lives, multiple days, multiple years, multiple months, multiple moments. So everything in your life, you can think like that. But like one of my client was saying, with somebody who has a leg problem, she was saying that in her childhood, everybody had this, the cousins and all would be dancing and all the time, and she didn't want to dance. And they would pull her to dance all the time. So she would always think, let something happen to my leg so that they don't even pull me to this dance. And she realizes that she has actually manifested it because over a period of time, she has a lot of leg problems. When she came to me also, she has a lot of leg problems. It's not arthritis, but it is leg problem. Leg is extremely weak in many ways. So like that. So she knows that she only has manifested it across many, many years. See, she asked it when she was a child, when all the dance was happening. But later on, dance did not happen. No. She gave only that much of emotional energy to that. Maybe let's say 5 years. 5 years of dance with cousins. So let's say 20 times they danced. So 20 times emotions, whatever she said, my leg, 20 times. Because after that, she forgot about it. She did not continue that law of she did not continue the practice of manifesting it. She forgot. That was slowly coming in speed 1. And it took by the time she was 30 years old, then it came and manifested and got attached to her. Understood? So we don't know what all we have done in our life to be able to get what we already have, but we've got. But can we change that now? Yes, we can change that by at least putting that energy on things that we constantly love right now. You can't go and then say, why did I do that? Why did I do that? So like I said, why will give you more of that why only. So smart people should not talk about what they don't want. Because even talking about it also will get it. Because talking about it will make you feel sad. And that sad will give you more sad. See, technically, when you see this law of attraction book and all, you have to be in silence mode. Unless you know how to change your sentences so smartly, very, very nicely. So it takes a lot of practice for you to get to that level, like becoming Rhonda or Louise Hay and all of that. Okay, they have even there also she says that she also sometimes goes into that mode, low mode and all that. But yeah, maybe our low modes are more than her low modes. So yeah, it takes time. Please be patient, but continue to keep practicing. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, we will stop here. Where did we stop? You don't make a connection when you're okay. I just finished this thing. You don't make a connection when you meet a friend for lunch and talk negatively about a mutual friend, and you arrive back to work to discover bigger problems that have developed with your major client. See, this is a book, okay? That's why she's saying next day you get to see this, but actually in reality we don't get to see this next day also. You don't make a connection when your dinner conversation is about something negative with the news, and that night you can't sleep because of an upset stomach. So there's so much of connection because of you are sowing You are reaping what you sowed in the past. Okay. So we will stop here at the stomach, upset stomach level. And then we will just do 1 or 2 daily teaching. I think till what day Anita did? She told me, but I forgot. 16, I think. Just give me a minute. Let me see where until what she's done.
I think you have to start from 16, Smita.
16, no? Yeah, she did. I have completed till day 15. Okay. Love is the highest power we see. How such a match, no? We are talking about love in the previous power book, and we are getting love in this book also. It's such a coincidence, no? This is what is called law of attraction. Love is the highest power we possess to be in complete harmony with the law of attraction. The more we feel, the greater our power. The more selfless love we feel, the more unfathomable our power. What is unfathomable? Which means you can't imagine also that much of power we'll have. The law of attraction has been called the law of love because the law itself is a gift of love to humanity. It is the law by which we can create incredible lives for ourselves. The more love we feel, the greater our power to create a magnificent life of love, joy, and harmony. See, if you were in awareness and you constantly thought about what you like only all the time, what you love all the time, which means you desire something because you love. And you are perfect harmony with your vibrational match with the desire, and you constantly keep getting whatever you love only. That is what they're talking about. The more selfless love we feel, which means you're in vibrational match, then you'll understand what is my power. I'm in that constant state of aligning with the universe, aligning with the source energy all the time, which means source energy is constantly flowing through me all the time. There is no block. There is no block where I am in a state of lack and all that. So, which is what we are talking about here. What does it feel to be in harmony with the universe? It is the same feeling as when you float on water. Oh my God, I just spoke about it. It is the same feeling as when you float on water. If you are tense or if you are resisting in the water, you will sink. You know that, I don't know how many people have learned to float on water. Typically swimming classes, if you go, they will teach you how to float on water. And there you have to float on a horizontal way like this, right? Like this, you have to float. There, if you are in fear, or if you're trying to stand, or if something like that, you have to totally surrender to water, and you have to literally be like this. Only then you'll be able to float. So if you surrender to water, the water will support you and you will float. Oh my God, when this surrender to water also, I actually did not see. It came and then I just saw. That is the feeling, and that is how you harmonize yourself with the universe. Let the tension go and float. So in your life also, when we say, I sent one paragraph in the power group, right, where we spoke about law of allowing. Law of allowing means like this only. You allow yourself to flow like water in harmony with the universe. So the more you allow things to be the way they are, and you focus a lot on getting to do only things that you love and focusing on your energy to convert things that you don't love also into love, then you are in harmony with the universe, because every time you want to go and join the universe, every time you want to join God, God is that source energy. You did not like somebody, then you are detached from God. Now again, you want to go to God, so that's why you're trying to love that also. In everything there is God, they say, right? So if you don't like something, it means that you're disliking God. You're disliking that. So if you want to always be with God, feel the power of God within you and all of that, which means you need to love everything. Which means that you should do in every single act of yours. If you don't like something also, then also you should learn to love. Okay, we'll stop here. Any doubt?
Yes, Anita, yes, Smita, I want to ask question.
Mhm.
Smita, if the thoughts are coming, so it is okay. We should let it come. But what matters is our how we are reacting and responding to our thoughts. Like what is our emotion and what is our feeling at that time.
Reaction and response is more like an action that comes in the third step. First is
Okay.
what is that mind thing doing?
Acha. So, if thoughts are negative, then also it is okay. But our emotions and feelings
Thoughts are
should be
not
positive.
negative. Thoughts are neutral.
Thoughts are neutral. Okay. Okay.
For a person, let's say for you, this rape word is negative. Thought
Ah.
of raping is negative. For a person who is raping, for him it is positive. No.
Yes, understood. Like you said, some relative of yours, she manifested it many years before, and the same thing has happened with her. So,
One client.
client, okay, was it because of the feeling and emotion she would have put on into that?
Mhm. She doesn't want to dance. She can't say no because you're pulling her and going to dance. She doesn't want to dance. So what if her leg only is not able to dance? They'll not pull her, no. Then they will understand that she has a leg problem, then they will not pull her. But that did not happen when she was a baby. It happened later. Those dance issues continued, and as long as the dance issues continued, she kept asking God. God means, yeah, oh, I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish.
I wish what?
I wish I wish my leg only that these people don't call me for dance.
And voice was breaking.
I said, if you are able to dance, if you are in a great shape, they will call you to dance. They'll force you to dance. But what if you have a leg problem? And they understand that you have a leg problem. Will they call you to dance? They'll understand that you have a leg problem. They'll not call you to dance. So she was asking for that.
Okay. Okay.
Instead she could have learned to say no and told, I will not come. I don't like to dance. I will not come.
Okay.
And she should have probably learned to say, she would have created an emotion, say, I love to sit here and then watch you dance. Instead. I prefer sitting here and then watching you dance because that is what I love. She could have done that. Instead, she couldn't say no, but she told, let me get a handicap problem and then I will let them understand, then I will not be able to. Typically they say, no, let this ground, they'll be feeling so embarrassed that, oh my God, why shouldn't this ground take me away? All that they will say. At least in Kannada, there is a lot of such sayings.
Okay, understood.
So these things are all going to become true. See, even one emotion also, even once if you think also, it will become true. But in that speed, it is traveling to come and reach you.
Okay.
If you want it immediately, then 24 hours you'll have to be thinking about it. That also is not immediate. Let's say tomorrow only you want it. Whole day you'll be sitting and manifesting that only. Whole day, let's say you're thinking only about that. Next day it will probably come. Because that much of energy you put into that. Emotion and all you put into that. But let's say only once you thought about it, you did some gossip with your friend. Only once you did. After that, you forgot about it. It is still, every thought is like trying to run and come to you. Every such emotion, every such experience. Because you asked for it. So like that only,
Okay.
everything keeps coming. Are we even short of experiences in our life? No. Every moment experiences are happening in our life because we have done so many in the past. We can't run out of it. But all we can say is, at least from now on, at least start to love everything.
Okay. So can't we control our thoughts?
Thoughts are not at all an issue. Emotion is an issue.
Okay.
That is why in meditation they say watch your thoughts. They don't say control your thoughts.
Right. Yeah.
And they say don't pay attention or get carried away with that, which means don't put emotion into that thought. Just watch the thought. You can't stop thoughts. Thoughts will always keep coming until you reach a certain frequency where you become thoughtless. And why will you become thoughtless? Because whole day you are in the state of present. A whole day you are happy. There is no state of lack at all in your life. Then only you will get to that state of thoughtlessness. Otherwise, something or the other will be there to worry you, to take your attention. Even random stuff will be there. Even if you don't have anything to worry, also some random junk will keep happening in the head. Yeah, anyway, that's a different ball game altogether. You need to do a lot of gratitude at least to get to that state.
What is the difference between manifestation and one more thing, gratitude?
I think that difference I handled in the previous class, no, Bindu? Manifestation, affirmation, and all of that.
Manifestation and affirmation, right? I did not hear.
So check
okay.
not yesterday's Anita's, the previous one. So I have covered it then.
Okay.
So you were there.
Okay.
You were also asking questions.
I asked some other question. Maybe that time I was not.
Yeah, I have covered this answer.
Okay.
Okay. Bindu?
Thank you.
I just want to, no question today. I just want to share one thought process which I had. I was filtering this bioenzyme today.
Filtering?
Bioenzyme.
Okay.
I was filtering. I have some 6-7 5-liter cans. Once they get full, I just filter them and then store it again. I was like pouring it into a bucket with the filter in it. I had just kept the filter on the bucket. It was properly sitting. I emptied like 3 cans. When I was emptying the 4th can, suddenly the thought came, it will fall. And it fell. I don't know. Randomly that thought came. I poured 3. Nothing. I was listening to B.K. Shivani's.
See, possibly sometimes what happens, no? When in the beginning stage of attracting good things in our life, when everything is happening nicely, gratitude and all is happening, suddenly nice manifestations and all are happening, automatic manifestations and all are happening, it will actually feel too good to be true. Suddenly you feel like, wow, is it all real? I mean, am I really doing all these things, kind of thing? And then some random thought will come, what if it not? What if everything goes for a toss? So these are all tricks of the mind. So when it happens, it's okay. Fine, yeah, it's okay. Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Don't make it a big thing.
No.
Many people analyze that also. Why did it fall? Maybe I did this. Maybe I thought like this.
The thought and the action just matched.
See, there are so many things which we may, if I tell you some explanation to that, it will only be a speculation.
No. I don't want any explanation. I don't want. It just happened like that. My thought changed and it happened. With my thought, what was running in my thought, it happened. Then after that, I realized and I sat down, laughed for some time, and then again just kept it back and I started filtering. Again, I had 3 more cans to empty. Nothing happened.
Okay. Thank you.
So it was like that. And as you said, both the books matched. Today I was reading about the secret book. So then when I switched on to the YouTube and I was listening to B.K. Shivani's lecture, it was gratitude and love. And again today, now what your this session
daily teachings and power also, no? Yeah.
So sometimes it just connects everything, whichever, as you say, the frequency, vibration and all, whichever frequency vibration we are, those start coming.
It is probably we are in a very high frequency. That is why it is matching so easily. And we are in awareness also.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
I
continue.
just share like it will motivate people. That's all. I'm not expecting anything or any reply. But things do happen. We should have patience and we should be in that vibration. That's all. It will take time. As you said, yes, it will take time. But just for a motivation sake, I just shared this.
Thank you.
Thank
Purnima,
you.
Yeah, ma'am.
you want to come on video?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm preparing snacks for
Illa,
my
it's okay. It's
child.
okay.
Yeah, I have one question. You told no, one of your client got manifested her leg problem because of her unconscious.
No, she only
heart
told me.
pattern.
Obviously, I don't know
Uh-huh.
about her childhood. No, she only told me. She knows about all these things.
Okay. Then what is the solution when she came to know that she got manifested with her own thoughts? Then how did she
She's
come
still
that?
overcoming. She obviously we are obviously I didn't know about all this. Now that we are doing all this, she's telling me about this.
Okay.
So all that I'm trying to tell her is focus on good things, do gratitude and all of those same things that I tell
Same.
here. I'm telling her.
Okay.
Plus, she's on juices and fruits and all of those things.
Yeah, only that is the solution. When we came to know about some unconscious thoughts that we have done in our past, and that is the cause for this manifesting, then we have to express gratitude and show love to that part or wherever.
Basically, get to a higher emotional state.
Okay. Yeah. Because
So how do you
sometimes
get to a higher emotional state? By expressing love to everything that you do.
Okay.
Because you can't sit in meditation for the whole day, no? And
Yes,
be in
yes.
love state. So
Yes.
you can, instead of that, whatever you do, you like, rather enjoy whatever you always do. Do whole day, which is what she's telling. Focus
Okay.
on what you love and don't focus on what you don't love. Rather,
But
focus on
then
what you... Huh?
then the moment we realize that it is our own mistake, then
It is not a mistake. Then you are in guilt
yeah.
again, no?
Yeah, yes.
It's not a mistake. It is just an unconscious creation.
Okay.
And just
Then
think that
this-
it is coming to teach you. It is basically all of these experiences are coming to teach you to maybe understand law of attraction better, which is a good thing. So
okay,
everything in your life is a blessing.
Okay. So one more question is, suppose if we have manifested something with our unawareness state, it might took 10 or 10 long years or so, I don't know. It may take any longer time. But to overcome that or to reverse that, same intensity, or we should have to
No,
go
now
through
you are in
our-
awareness. No, you will put more energy to it with awareness. So it might come faster.
Yeah, whenever we feel like releasing the emotion, we keep on releasing that higher emotion that or
See,
with the gratitude.
it's like this,
not
for
like
example, let's say you want a car.
that.
It's not like whole day I have to think about car.
Okay. That one happy moment is enough. But if
Whole
in
day
a
be in
day,
happy moment.
okay.
See, universe doesn't understand whether, oh, she asked for a car, but now she's happy about food. I can't give her. It doesn't think like that. You can be happy about food the whole day, but desire can be car. It still works.
Because the frequency
It is just an emotional
it's
frequency that
same,
is
right?
matching.
Yeah. I understood you. Okay.
Because
Okay.
there is no, what do you say, types of, for car one, for this one, for that one, there is nothing like that.
So it can be manifested for any areas of our life if we put a good emotion.
See, typically, that is what we are trying to say. Basic, you work on being happy a whole day. What is good for you will constantly keep coming to you. Like if you are focusing on being grateful for the whole day, whatever you want to be grateful only will keep coming. So which means obviously if you have bad health now, then if you have to be grateful you will obviously be grateful for only good health. So good health only will keep coming to you because that is what makes you feel happy. And you're continuing to be in the same happy state, means whatever matches that frequency only will come. Bad health will not match that frequency, no.
Yes.
Universe knows that. It's all very mathematical. And for us, to that level, we may not understand. But I'm just saying that be in a good emotional frequency. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Pooja?
Yeah, Smita, that you say that we should always remain in a high frequency and good frequency mode. For say you have said about the health breakdown. For the health breakdown, the whole day we are in the good frequency, or continuously we are in the good frequency.
Can you
But
come
at a
on
point,
video?
yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, we are whole day we are in the good frequency, or for a day or two we are in a good frequency and good. We appreciate each thing and enjoying our life. Suddenly there is a major breakdown in our health, and it's obvious that a person who is having in severe pain or a major breakdown, he can't be remain at that happy moment. So at that time some lower feeling or some lower emotions came on him. So the health which she has manifested for these 2 3 days, and the health which is coming on its way, but due to one bad day, the health which is coming, and due to the lower frequency, it moves from its original position. So how it will be possible to that at that moment when he is suffering a lot, to be remain in the high frequency mode?
First of all, the intention to want to be in that high frequency mode should come. Then you will search for training myself to be, when that happens, what all I will do, how all I will think. You need to plan that.
So
And then you need to
bas-
execute that.
this is basically what happened na, ki we are in the good mood and everything is going fine, like in sudden breakdown at that time our mind is not able to see
Because
on.
of lack of practice.
Hmm,
Because of lack of practice, that's all.
okay.
So
Yeah.
this is the time when you should say, okay, fine, great. Many breakdowns are coming in between, so it's a good time for me to practice what happens when how to be in a good frequency even during breakdown. If
Okay.
breakdown only doesn't happen, how will you practice that? You will always be a person who will never have that experience at all, no? So which means that is not a holistic human experience.
Okay.
So
And one more
life is
thing,
there to just teach us many of these things.
and one more thing, like you have given the example of Maggie is a junk food. Like if somebody is eating junk and anything unhealthy, we generally say it's common word. Ki don't eat this, this is unhealthy. So should we use these types of words or not?
It will again manifest in your own reality. Do you feel good when you tell all that?
No.
So which is, so it will not, you're not talking about Maggie, you're not talking about anything, but the emotion matters. To
So
which
if
level you dropped that emotion? Hate
okay,
level, fear level, disappointment level that my daughter is eating this junk. So
yeah,
whatever
generally
level
we.
you drop, that level will come back to you.
So then how to make them aware ki don't eat this? Yeah, how to say that at that time?
If you work on yourself, they will all align. Aren't you
So
eating healthy? You are eating healthy, no?
yeah.
If they will have to come and tell you, Amma, can I also have juice? That will happen provided you are in control of yourself. You know how difficult it is to control yourself, no? So
Hmm.
that is, so it means that they are even more impossible to control. If you only can't control yourself, your own thoughts, how will you control their thoughts and their actions and their
No,
behavior?
so we should let them to eat then at that moment of time.
Who brought that in the house? We only brought it. They are not people with money. We are only giving them gadgets. We are only having gadgets at home. We are only providing everything to them. And now we are only saying don't do all that. Means how is it possible? Now it's time for you to work on yourself. In 1 year, nobody will fall sick and go to emergency. So take this time to work on yourself. Everything cannot be perfect in your life. And many of these situations, and whatever, especially with children, they come to teach you. They are like teachers. So learn at this time. If they don't give you that experience, how will you get better in that experience? How will you gain mastery in that experience?
Okay.
So
And
let them
one more
keep eating junk food. You work on your thoughts. Okay, now how do I construct a good sentence? All that you have to think.
okay. And one more thing, yesterday you said that we have to come out of we have to come on the fearless state. fear, because fear is the lowest frequency. So we should come out of it. If in a family member, if anyone is in severe condition and he is very close to us, then at that time generally fear comes. Ki what will happen, how he will sustain his life, yeah, how the children will go on. So at that time, how to remain calm at that situation?
See what law of attraction book also says is age is also a construct of the mind, because the body, at some point the soul vacates the body. When, with due to lack of knowledge, the society started believing and basically started having fear of death, and started believing that, okay, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. That lower emotion started creeping in over a period of time in everybody. So in every single minute there is a subconscious programming that we will die. Okay, which is why everybody is aging. Have you seen anybody not aging? Everybody is aging because there's a deep subconscious belief that I will constantly go towards death. But death is something that has been pre-programmed before they were even born. Soul comes with a programmed death plan. So what are we worried about? Do you even know when you are going to die? Tomorrow also you can die. Today also you can die. I can die tomorrow. I can die today. When we don't even know that, how can you even assume that they are going to die? So at that time, you need to constantly focus on, oh my God, I'm in such a lower frequency that I am able to attract this kind of thing. Someday you would have attracted. Someday you would have been in fear, and today it is coming in front of you. Oh, I only did this. I only put him into this state. Now I only can take him back to healthy state by changing my thoughts and looking at only good things in that person. What makes you feel happy when you see a person in the sick position also? You need to think. Get yourself to happy emotions, even when he's in the sick position. Then slowly, and you have to continue to be in that state. You don't have to laugh, jump around in front of anybody who's sick and all. But inside you need to be happy. Happy,
So it
joyful.
means your overall says that 24/7 we should remain in the high frequency mode. Whatever the situation comes in front of us, we should accept it and think what the constructive way we can change it into our happy mode.
Yes. Every situation, negative also, in Rhonda's magic book, what she has told, when negative situation comes, try to write 10 positive about that. Try to find 10 things that you are grateful for from that experience, she's saying. So she's given so many tools. We need to apply those tools in these kind of situations also. If there is a negative person,
if somebody throws anger on us, so we should see that what 10 positive I am getting from this anger, like patience I am getting. So in this way we can uplift ourselves.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Then that anger did not try to perish you in any way.
Okay.
See, for them, it was just an energy release. You had released that energy sometime to the universe. It's coming back to you now.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think we've handled all the questions. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, Smita, Anita, can I say?
Deepti.
Yeah, I thought I'll join in today because tomorrow is a holiday. So
Yeah.
let me talk to you.
Oops, where are you?
There's been good
Sorry, just a
time.
minute. Just a minute. I think I forgot to unpin you or pin you or something. Where are
Are you able to hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, or shall I? Are you able to hear
No.
me?
Come. Tell. I was just
Okay.
working on the Zoom thing. Tell me.
So I'm really listening everything right from the magic book, though on YouTube usually whenever I'm driving back. So during that time I would catch up with all the videos. So till now I've not missed anything. So it's been
Wow, amazing.
So it's been really it's going very fine. So I'm mentally stable now. Yes, I have breakthrough because of my daughter's school where she's still not adjusting. She was fine, and all of a sudden there were a lot of behaviors happening because she's on autism spectrum. So every day there is, I'll pray, I'll do jap, I'll do all the gratitude, and then I'll read God. But then still back of my mind there is an expectation. I hope that she's adjusting with the children. I hope she's listening to the teacher. And then when I get the news of all the set of complaints, it does still, breaks me. Okay.
See, that's
still
what I'm
not
trying to
yet.
tell
Maybe-
is in this whole thing we are trying to say, why are we trying to fix? The more we try to fix, you have tried to fix her for so many years. Has she got fixed? She has not got fixed. So you need to just stop and accept the way she is and just say, yes, this kind of person is allowed in my life. If she's not listening to the teacher, yes, it's okay to not listen to the teacher. So only when the universe gets a message that Deepti has reached a stage where even if you shake her, she will not try to change. She will not try to change Kavya anymore. That message has to get to the universe. It will test you for some more time. But first you need to start practicing that I will not fix her. I will not try to fix her. I will accept her the way she is. Only then only results are going to show. But how long you take to accept her, that is your work. It's okay if she's not as per society norms. But that is what this period is all about. There are so many children who are not connected to earth the way they're supposed to be because their only presence on earth is meant to increase the earth's vibration. That's all. Their job is only that. But they don't want to come here and then sort of get caught up in this whole karma business. So that's why they are basically not completely connected. So can you fix such a person? Their objective only is not to be like that. So that's why I'm saying accept people the way they are because it's your soul contract with her to be like that. And you accept, rather you have accepted it before the body. So why can't you accept it now? Didn't you know that she will be like that? Didn't she know that she will be like this? She knows. You knew. So learn to accept. You work on acceptance. And I don't know how long you'll take to get into that acceptance. What I say is just say,
इसको निकाल
just keep
के दो
saying,
अगर
this is allowed, this is allowed, this is allowed.
ब्रश से
हाँ, ब्रश से
Then
आपके सामने ही तो
क्योंकि मैं हाँ
So just keep saying, this is allowed. This is allowed. Then there is no resistance.
Yes, doing that, surrendering, also doing it. Still every day there is a hope. That hope builds.
Don't hope. Don't hope. You can't continue to keep doing this exercise when you are 80 years old, 60 years old. Then that fear will increase even more. So do it right now when you are strong.
So what I should say, I accept her and it's your will, God, whatever it is, and whatever outcome
That God is you only.
give me.
You only have that contract with her. So just say, I accept her the way she is. If you compare her to something else, then only know that resistance. Don't compare. Just say this is allowed. This is allowed. As per rule, this is allowed. Such a person being in my life, doing all of these kinds of things is allowed. I am allowing. Then there is no fight only, no?
Right. Yeah. So, but in the meanwhile, I'll do my duties, right?
So
And
in
I
the
have to-
meanwhile, what is in the meanwhile?
I have to send her to school. I have to make her
Ah,
study.
go. Keep doing all of these things. See, what is the issue here? The issue is expectation says something, she'll do something else. There's a problem
Yes.
there, no? Yeah, I'm saying once you accept, then even if that mismatches, then there is no problem, no? You are saying, oh yeah, that is allowed.
Correct.
Every misalignment is allowed,
Okay.
which is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be aligned. Not every
Yeah,
other
yeah,
not other children are also aligned.
Mhm.
Nobody is aligned actually, if you ask me. You have a different non-alignment,
Thank you.
you have
That
a
is so
different
helpful.
non-alignment.
Yes, yes. I'll try this for a week now. I'll give my feedback, how I feel inside now.
You
Thank
have
you.
to,
Thank you.
this is how, rather when it will show, forget about anything showing up in any way. Just think that this is your lifetime of sadhana that you have to learn to accept people the way they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
And for me, the sentence that has literally worked like magic is, this is allowed.
Yes, yes. Correct.
Only when it is not allowed, we'll fight.
Yes,
We'll try to make it go our way. But when it's allowed, then there is no question only, no?
that's right. Yeah. I'm saying that with everything, every situation now.
Every
And
situation, every moment,
thank
every
you,
time,
Smita.
every time. It's easy. I have felt it's easy. It's easy
Smita,
to
just
basically let go.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Anita and Smita.
Smita,
Thank you.
I had posted one question in the group. The
I
law
think
of
we answered
attraction-
that, no? You had
No, no.
asked about why no and don't and all of those things.
Yeah.
Ask again.
Yeah. The law of attraction doesn't commute, don't, no, not, all those negative words.
How
Why
do you
is
know
it
that
like
is
that? How
negative?
is it like,
How do you know that it is not understanding?
no, it is given as a statement in the book, right?
Huh?
It
But
says
how
that-
do you know those are negative words?
So negative, that's what we tell, that's all.
Yeah, that is English, no?
Yeah, English. It is in English.
Yeah.
But
So
what
how does the English and law of attraction and all match?
Ah.
Basically, what law of attraction is saying is you get what you are vibrationally in match with. So let's say you say, I don't want this. I don't want people smoking in front of me.
Hmm.
Do you feel good about that when sentence? Do you love that sentence? Rather, do you love when people are smoking in front of you?
No.
But when you say, I love people smoking, then you are actually in love with people smoking. Then you will get people who are actually smoking in front of you. When you keep saying, I don't like people who smoke in front of me, then that emotional frequency is negative, no?
Hmm.
Then you'll continue to keep getting that, it will maintain that negative frequency. And since you don't like people who smoke in front of you, you'll continue to keep getting people who will keep smoking in front of you and you don't like it. It's still working the way you want it only. It's just that vibrational match.
Hmm.
You can't think about you can't think about what you love and a negative at the same time. Like attracts like.
Yeah, understood that. Like attracts, whatever we boomerang, we get it back. That is
So
the.
universe is basically doing its thing. You are understanding it wrong. That's it.
Mhm.
No, don't. Everything is actually working the way it is supposed to be only.
Hmm.
I don't like this car means it's a negative emotion. So you will continue to keep finding cars that you don't like because you're asking for it. It will line up all the experiences just so that those experiences serve you to match your frequency. So which is
Okay.
exactly the same thing that you're asking.
Frequency when we are telling we don't, and it is when we tell we love. Also, it is along with the emotion. It is matching with the level of the frequency. So it is boomeranging. Though we tell when whatever we do.
I'm not well. Sorry, I don't want to be sick. People will say, I don't want to be sick.
Mhm.
Instead, I don't want to be sick is a fear.
Yeah.
I like to be healthy
I like to be healthy.
is more a positive emotion.
Yes. Yes.
So you can always say you can't make a sentence with a positive emotion and a negative feeling, no?
Thought.
Because that frame is not, that kind of sentence frame is not there.
Mhm.
Formation is not there.
And Pooja was asking about junk food and how to tell people like not to eat that junk food, whatever it is, or anything. You see, I just want to ask you, like, when we come across a situation that where we have to tell don't eat that or don't do that or something like that, rather than we can tell, for example, that Maggie itself, when the mm, when it has come to a situation that they are eating that some junk, whatever it is, or whatever it is, we can tell them we can prefer more, which is a healthier food, or that also is not proper to tell.
I'm just saying it is just a test for you to practice your skills.
Yeah,
Just treat it as a test to practice your skills. Nobody is going to die immediately. Nobody is eating poison.
you see,
I'm just saying treat it as a test.
yeah, that I
So
understood.
eventually, you will create a different reality. You will attract a different reality from your daughter's eating habits. So that patience you need to have. Immediately, I can't make it fixable. Immediately, that situation is not going to be fixed because you are in fear. You are in anxiety state. Instead, get to a state, positive state first. Even when you have to address that child, get to a positive state.
Yeah.
You need to think how will you basically handle the situation by getting yourself into doing what you love.
Yeah, that I am able to follow. So, okay, understood. Like whatever situation comes, also it is coming to test us. So
Test
we
us means
have to
train
accept
you.
that. That's
Train
all.
you.
Yeah.
So use those opportunities to grow yourself. Like, how do I challenge yourself? How do I basically make this a positive thing? Yeah, she's eating all these things. Then you can say, I'm so happy that she's actually eating what she loves. My God, I mean, even I used to eat all of these things when I was a child, right? So that which means it's taking you to your own good memories or whatever it is. So you went to a positive state. Then in that positive state, you cannot think about fear anymore. Which is what I did, right? I used to see my daughters and say, oh, she's eating this a lot, that a lot, not eating salad. I got out of that situation and I just did what they liked, that foods that they liked. I mean, not fried food and all. Even when they were eating a lot of rice or whatever it is, I would just continue to keep those things. In the past, I would basically try to make it more vegetable friendly, try to make it, but she wouldn't like it. She would eat it, but she would prefer something else, like lemon rice or whatever. Then I started doing just what she likes. I was just letting go of my inhibitions of fear and all of that, right? So I changed. Because for her, that happiness, seeing happiness on her face was more important to me at that time. So the more I started doing that, she became more salad friendly. But when I was trying to make her salad friendly, she didn't become salad friendly.
Yeah.
When I dropped only, she became like that.
That in my family members, I have accepted. I tell them like I am a living example for what I have gone through and now what I am. So they also, my family members also accept. Yeah, I know that, mommy, like what you were and now what you are, we see the difference. So what is there, they accept. But I actually don't tell them then don't eat this, don't eat that. I just tell I am an example. That's all. Nothing
What
else.
are you trying to do?
Nothing.
Follow me?
No.
I'm better than you. I am perfect.
No.
I eat healthy. Why should you be an example? I mean, when you say I am an example, to what? To healthy eating? So you are all eating unhealthy?
No,
Judgment, no, that is.
Okay.
That is also a form of judgment only.
Okay.
Because you're trying to again secretly fix them. So you need to, we have a lot of such ego in our head, okay? We are not even understanding to what level of ego we have. Over time, this will keep coming. Okay, we need to drop. Okay, I need to get to something else.
Okay.
And I'm just going to end the call now. If there is
Okay.
any other question,
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
take it up tomorrow. Okay, bye. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here
Thank you. Thank you,
and
Smita,
spending
so
your
much.
time on this call.